Um, as you all know, the ALS is a neurodegenerative disorder that affects motor neurons, leading to muscle weakness and eventually paralysis. So communication becomes challenging for ALS patients as the disease progresses and affects their ability to speak and move. So what we decided to do was to discuss a few possibilities, communication. I basically tried two of them. And I think some of the folks in our group have tried other means also, a few other means. So the stuff that we are aware of is basically like partner-assisted scanning. The method involves like a communication partner or a caregiver trying to show signs, and then it could be a set of letters and pictures and things like that. So the patient basically indicates the choice by blinking or nodding if the person can move heads and so on. So that is the starting. I mean, that is what we used initially before we found out about Tobii and so on. So it's basically it's nothing but this. It's a communication board that we will just put up, and all our nurses now are very familiar with this. So let's say if my wife wants to call Prem, so she will say the nurses will ask them, so it is CALL and then PREM. So the nurses will ask, is it one? Obviously, it is one because C falls under one. So wife will blink one. And then once you know it's one, then you know that it is A, B, C, D, E, F, one of them. So then you'll ask, and then it'll say, okay, A, B, C, she'll blink. So we know it's a C. Then the next thing is, again, 1, 2, one, she'll blink, and A, she'll blink again. So we know that it's CA. And then again, it'll ask, 1, 2, 3, she'll blink. So then it'll be like L, she'll blink. And then so as soon as it's CALL, the nurses will figure out it's a call. And then the next thing is, she'll say, okay, 1, 2, 3. So 3 she'll blink, and then KLM and OP she'll blink. And that's how slowly you will build that particular sentence. And once you get used to it, my wife obviously wife has to blink, right? So she has to have this picture in her mind, or it has to be in front of her or something. Now my wife is very familiar with it, so it's very, very fast. Like call Prem, she will just do it in probably 10 seconds by just blinking. So this is what we use when Julie does not have a Tobii in front of her, and that obviously happens a lot of the time when she's not in a position that you can set up the Tobii. So this is the most, I think this kind of things are used by many people in our group, I think, communication board. And then there are pictures and things like that. There are so many other ways of showing pictures and blinking and so on. So those are and then there are some innovative way. I think one of our pals created a head pointing device, which is basically a laser kind of thing, where you can, that is the case where if the patient can actually move the head, then you can use all those head pointing devices. So you can have a little laser kind of beam attached to your head, and then the same thing there, on the other side, you can just put this board, and then, that person can, make, if it is called Prem, then it can make like a target on C and A and so on. So that's how the head pointing device. But the head pointing device basically will work only if you can move your head. In my wife's case, she's completely, there's absolutely no movement except her eyes. So in her case, she cannot use the head pointing device. And then there are some low-tech communication boards and things like that. And then the fourth one is gestures and facial expressions, which people can use also for communication. And then coming to today's topic, which is eye tracking technology, that is, I would say that, you know, if the person is somewhat computer savvy, then it becomes a little easier. Otherwise, I've seen that, you know, it's become a little difficult, I think. Luckily, my wife and I, we are both computer scientists. So for us, it was like very easy. And now my wife has become so good in this, she can type almost as fast as I can type with my finger with her eyes. So, and she can do just about anything using the Tobii. So Tobii laptop requirement. So Tobii is basically a card. You know, it's a card which it used to be $199. Now it's like almost $299 for Tobii 5. Tobii 4C is the one that I have, which I bought it for $199. And there are three kinds of these kind of cards. You know, one is a 4C. 4C you can only buy secondhand because 4C is no longer available. If you have to buy, Tobii 5, which is approximately $300. And then there is a more supported version, which is called Tobii PCI. This is more expensive. It's almost like if you buy it in pounds, it's almost like 1,500 pounds. And this is completely supported by Tobii. Now, I'll just let you know that the Tobii initially, they didn't have this problem. When Tobii split into two groups, the eye scanner group and the gaming group, then they created this problem that, you know, they stopped supporting the drivers for the 4C and 5. And so now the only way we can get the drivers for this is from the old libraries and so on, and they don't support you at all. So if you can figure it out, then you can continue using it. So the difference is a lot because you know, if you can buy it for $300 versus almost $1,500, that's the difference between Tobii PC5. But PC5, i5, this one is completely supported, and there is a gentleman in Bombay who is the main dealer, and he'll come and help you out. Sometimes he even flies into your city and sets it up for you. So that is you get complete support for that. But if you're financially not that interesting, then my suggestion is Tobii 5 or 4C. Currently, my wife has been using 4C for the last 4 or 5 years. And 5 also works as good as 4C. But again, as I said, the driver and all those things are not supported. So we have to basically be, at least one person in the family has to be a little bit computer savvy to set it up. In terms of, are there any questions before I go to the next slide?
Hi, sir.
Yeah, Rishabh.
Sir, I also bought Tobii 5. I have Windows 10 laptop, but I'm unable to make it work. So when we go in the start menu and then go to the eye tracking, so it's not showing the toggle to turn it on.
Okay, so I know exactly what the problem is. I'll help you out. We can do that, you know, tonight. See, typically after 10 p.m. Almost every day, you can call me because I am always available after 10 p.m.
Okay, sir.
And I can take you through that. So in fact, today I'll tell you how to fix that. But if you still have problems, you can call me.
Okay, sir. Sure.
Yeah, because, you know, as I said, 4C is the one that works for Windows 10. Okay, 4C, if you have 4C, you don't have to do anything. Just download the Tobii driver, and there you go. You'll be all fine. But if it is Tobii 5, then there is see, they stopped supporting this driver. So I have a copy of a beta driver, which I've been supporting. In fact, some of the folks from the group asked for me to provide that. And I've created a Dropbox where where if you see this Dropbox, I have all the files
Yes.
here.
Okay, sir. That would be very helpful. Thanks.
Yeah. So once you have, see, in Tobii 5, if you have this is the installer, and then this is the driver that you need. This is the beta driver, which is not supported. But once you have this, and if you run this first and followed by this, you'll be able to see that eye scanner button, and you should be able to turn it on. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Sure. So yeah, after this, you can share the Dropbox link right here.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah. I'll do that.
Okay.
In the meantime, you can just send me your email ID in my WhatsApp. So because
Okay,
for
sir,
sharing, I'll need your email ID.
Okay, sir. Sure.
So coming back to this, so typically this is the way a PC will look like. When Windows, if you have Tobii 5 and Windows 11, Tobii 5 can run on Windows 10 and Windows 11. But if it is Windows 11, once this particular thing comes up, you get this bar right there. And using this bar, you can just about do anything that a Windows can do with your fingers or mouse. This bar allows you to do everything that anybody can do with their fingers and a mouse. You can do it with eyes. So this bar has to be, when somebody says, when Rishabh says that he could not get this thing, so he won't get this bar till this installation is successful. And the actual Tobii itself is right here. So Tobii is basically is a card. This card is basically has to be set up right below the laptop, just below the laptop. That's where you set it up here. And there is a mounting kit there. So you can have a mounting kit there. You take this, and on the back side there is a sticky thing which you can take it out, and then you stick this thing. And once you stick this thing, becomes a magnet. And then Tobii has a magnet at the back of this, so it'll just go and just sit there. But sometimes that magnet, gets into, it gets old and so on. So then you go back the standard jugaad, which is basically you just put a tape. You just put a tape on this side and that side, and that's it. So that works also. Make sure you don't cover the light here. There are 3 lights here. One light here in the middle, one here, and one on this. So the tape also works as good as, but the other one with this mounting kit, it just snaps there. So that's a good thing. But you have to make sure it lasts for some time. My wife's that this thing lasted for almost 2 years, and then the magnet started giving problem. So those are the things. Somebody wanted to say something? Okay. Besides getting the Tobii card, which is this, and then Tobii mounting kit, and then mounting this thing on the laptop, and then this is just a USB which connects to one of the USB drive, and that's all you need to do. And then you need to load the software and the driver, and the next thing, the big thing that you have to worry about is how do you place it properly, so that it's convenient. So what I did is you go to like Amazon, you can get this particular PC table, but this table will not work for patients because it's not long enough. So it costs around 2,900 on Amazon. So what you have to do some jugaad work. I went to the local welder, and then you have to basically make this particular arm longer. So by at least 1.5 feet. So you cut it here and then put a bar just like this, and then make it higher. And then the same thing you have to do for this also, because your table, it will not fit if under the bed. So you need to cut here and then make it at least a foot or 1.5 feet more. And once you set up that, then you're all set. And the same thing you have to do here also. This bar here, that also you have to extend it by 1 feet. So 1 feet here, 1 feet here, and 1 feet here, or preferably 1.5 feet, 1.5 feet, and 1.5 feet. Then you're all good. Once you set up that, then the table looks like this. This is my table after Jugaad. So I put a little 1 foot here. You can see the welding here. And then there's the same thing on this side and here also. So finally, once everything is set up, this is the way it'll look. I took this this morning. Wife is just doing some work on the laptop. So as you can see, this table goes all the way in, and you extended that. And then this height can be extended. So that has been extended, and this also, this side also extended. So the table fits nicely, and then I have a little ramp here, and then the PC is on top of that. And this is the Tobii USB card. And once you have this set up, then you're all set. So that is the trick. Now the main thing here is to get the driver and the software. And the software, you can get it directly from, if you go to the eye tracking software download, if you go to gamingtobii.com, if you just Google and say Tobii download, you'll come to this page. And then you just select Tobii eye tracking. And then you can select the device. If you have a device, a Tobii 4C or Tobii 5. And then once you select that, so let's say if I select 5, then I get this download driver. Now this driver is basically the main thing that you download. And then you need also an extra beta driver, which they stop supporting. And that you can get it from my, I mean, I found out that there's a beta driver, and this is the beta driver that you need, which is actually, it's around 5 KB, 5 megabytes. The actual driver that you load from there, it is around 138 megabytes. So this one is the one that you need. After you download and install this, you need to install this guy here. And once you do that, then you're all set. And that's the way it'll look up. Once you're set up nicely, then when she's not using it, we'll just pick up this laptop and then put it on a table somewhere, and then just move this whole table and take it somewhere else. And so it's you set up once, it just stays in that position forever, unless your pal says that something is not right. So that's just about the Tobii setup, actually. I'm ready for any questions you may have.
Ashwini, do you have questions? You just got your Tobii tracker.
Pardon?
You got your Tobii tracker.
Yeah, I have, I am using 4C, and I also have a 5 as a backup. Is that what you asked?
I was just asking if you had any questions for Prem sir.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Anybody, any questions? If you want to unmute, you can go ahead and ask the questions. So this particular, if you don't have much of a computer person to help you out, then I would suggest you may want to spend this Tobii PC i5, which is around $1,500, almost 5 times, but you'll get support. So in India, I think it costs around 1.8 lakhs, I think. And there is a guy in Bombay. He's very, I think Satvinder and all those people know him. So he will come and install it and so on. So
Kunal Nayak is the name.
Kunal, yeah. In fact, I think he lives not too far from Kalyan, I think. Kunal is the person, yeah. So
But
if you
he
don't,
will always recommend this devices, not the Tobii 4, because those are very cheap, and so that's
See-
the difference I see when he recommends and go somewhere. But we prefer that try Tobii 4C or 5C first
yeah.
before you try these costly devices.
Yeah, see, because 5 you can buy, I think you can buy for even $275. I think it's come down now. I think $275. You can buy, and the best way to do that is if you have some friends in the US, tell them to order it and bring it next time when they come. That's the way I did it for this thing. So you just order it from there, and they will get it in a day. And then whenever somebody comes, it's a small box, so it's easy to bring it.
So if we get it from the US, what about the support in India?
There's no support.
Warranty, guarantee, nothing.
No support. If something happens, that's it. But the good thing is, you're only spending $275 instead of 14. How much is it? This is
Close to
1495 pounds.
1,500 euros.
Yeah, it's almost 5 times. And then plus the software and all those things they'll charge. So the last time Kunal said that it's approximately 1.8 lakhs here. Whereas this 5C, 275 means how much is 275? 275.
I think 14,000, if I remember correctly. Amazon, it
83.
was available 14,000 something.
Actually, it's
Okay. Now it's I think 22.
Yeah, when I bought, you're right, actually. When I bought one, it was 199 times 83. Yeah, it's around 16,000. But if you go for the PCI, then that is almost like 1.8 lakhs and software. But the good thing is you don't have to worry. If some any problem, Kunal will do a go-to meeting or a Zoom with you and help you out. So Satvinder, now that there are no questions, we can probably discuss some other topics. We still have around 20 minutes of time.
Sure. Thank you so much, Prem sir. Thank you. We have already, I think, documented one in PDF also.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. You have some question?
Yeah. So sorry, I was
No issues, Ashok.
anyway. Yeah.
Whereabouts are
Tobii,
you? Can you just tell me where are you from?
Hi, I'm based in Delhi. I'm in
Delhi,
South
okay.
Ex. Yeah, so I'm in South Delhi.
Okay, Delhi. See,
So my question on the eye tracker.
normally when we sign on, right, instead of we asking the question, Satvinder has this good idea of, she'll tell that, when you type your name in Zoom, you also type the city or a state or wherever you are from. So that way everybody will know you're from this location.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
So my question is that the eye tracker, once you get the eye tracker working, okay, how tedious or difficult is it for pals to use it? So I'm assuming they have to look at something, and it opens up, so if they look at the internet browser, maybe that opens up, and then if they want to type something.
So the basic thing, right? I mean, this particular bar can do just about anything on the computer. But when you're a novice, all you do is just this keyboard. This keyboard here, when you click on that, the keyboard comes up. That is all you need initially. Because as I said, the keyboard is in front of you, and then let's say he or she wants to say call Prem. So the way the whole thing works is that person will look at C, and then A, and then L, and then L, and then space, and then P, R, E, M. That's it. And when you get good, initially you have to set up the time to look could be 500 milliseconds. Whereas once you get good at it, like my wife has set it to almost like 150 milliseconds and so on. So she can she can say call Prem probably this speed, C, A, L, L, space, P, R, E, M. She can do it at that speed. So once you get used to it, you can speed it up. Otherwise, just set it up at 500 milliseconds. Then you just it'll take a little bit more time. That's all. So all you need to do is just that keyboard, and that keyboard basically you can type anything by looking at the keyboard. So that's what they. So the first thing is, and that person should have good eyesight. But even if with glasses it works, because my wife sometimes uses glasses and that works fine too.
Okay. So it's no other gesture like blinking or anything. You're just staring at some point for a certain number of seconds.
Correct.
And it picks that up.
Correct.
Okay. Are people able to like browse the net or something like that?
Everything. You just about with this, right? I mean, this stuff is basically, this is like a mouse movement. This says left click, right click. This is like, you go and concentrate on a particular icon. This is going up and down keyboard. This is like text to speech. This is Windows function. All these are basically all the Windows functions. So, but the thing is, if you're not a Windows user, if you're a computer person, then you can do all these things immediately.
Okay.
But if most of the pals may not be in that situation, so most of the pals should use only these two functions here: this keyboard and this text to speech thing. That's it.
Okay. So how about I mean, I'm assuming it's possible to set up WhatsApp and WhatsApp calling and all of that on the laptop, and then a person can do their WhatsApps and do WhatsApp calls, etc. I'm assuming that they can't make mobile calls.
They can, you can just about do anything you can think of here. Like, for example, I mean, I've probably said it many times before, but my wife can basically, she sets up a WhatsApp call to my son, and my son will come on the WhatsApp on the side, and she's communicating, and he can talk. He'll talk to her as if normal, as if I'm talking to you, but she will take a little bit more time to type, and they have conversation for sometimes even hours. So it's she can. I mean, if you get good at this, like Chirag is also very good. One of the pals here, Chirag can type very fast. I've seen him type it. I mean, I've seen him respond to some of the questions I ask, and he's typing with his eyes, and he's very fast. And also with if you're a computer person who used Windows before, then you can just about do anything, because as I said, my wife, she buys stocks, and she plays stock market. She even books my son when he came to visit us. She bought the ticket. She did the seats selection, meal selection, everything she did, and send the link to him, the ticket information. So she can do all those things with these bars.
So just by looking at the eye, she's doing stock market. She's
absolutely
booking airline tickets.
Stock market and writing. She can write a complete paragraph of. In fact, we have an apartment in Delhi where, when we came to India, first time we were in Chhatarpur. That's where I met Satwinder 6 years in 2017. And
Okay.
so we didn't know that place is like it's illegal. I mean, we were in, we were in the US. We bought an apartment, and we didn't know that apartment is illegal. So we bought it. We bought an apartment, and we started staying there. And then one day I'm sitting there, and I'm looking outside, and there is a transformer right in front of us, and then that transformer started fuming. And I said, I called my friend, and I said, look at that, it's fuming. And within a few minutes, there was a big blast, and boom, our power went off. And I started panicking, because I have backup for almost 6 hours, and my wife was already on, 24/7 BiPAP and PEG. And so I called up the telephone, the BSES, the electric company. I said, there is I have a patient here, and I need assistance very fast. Please come and fix this thing. So they said, आपका number क्या है? मैं बोला C235. So C235 वहाँ पे तो power होना नहीं चाहिए. मैं बोला, what do you mean power होना नहीं चाहिए? तो कहता है कि वो तो illegal है. So I started panicking, because we just bought the place, and we've been staying there for all 8 months. And luckily, I had some connection, and somehow we got it fixed. But the next thing I did was I just moved out of that place, and we moved to Panchkula. But that place, we still have it. And then I wanted to sell it. So Juhi said that, please don't sell, let me manage it. So, so she is managing that place with her eyes. So she does all the rent agreement and all those document and everything, and she's managing it, and she says that I'll manage it. So I mean, if you have good eyesight and your brain is good, then you can do just about anything that a normal person can do with Tobii.
To add here with the experience, that's amazing thing what you're sharing, Prem sir. I'd like to add one other pals who was there in Kerala. I remember.
Yes,
his son got added, and I think within 1 year of in the group, he passed away. But I got aware that they were using this tracking device for 7 years, and this person was managing he was a hotel owner.
Yes,
he was managing everything through his eyes only.
Yeah, he had
business.
a big business in Dubai, which he was managing from here, which was very good.
And Chirag is here. Chirag has also typed in, I think, some of the things in chat section also. So he's very good, and we have a...
Chirag is very good. I think he can do just about anything. I see him typing so fast, so that's a fantastic thing, Chirag. So I think it's a matter of getting used. But the main thing I feel is that you have to have good eyes. I mean, not your brain has to be somewhat good, because one pal I tried to help in Panchkula, but that pal could not concentrate on a particular character with the eye. So that I tried with him many times, but I couldn't succeed with him. So because he could not look at a character for too long.
Okay.
So that much is requirement is there. So like you should be able to, a keyboard will take the whole screen, right? That keyboard, you should be able to look at a character for at least half a second to basically hone in on that. That's how the eye scanner is basically it's basically those three lights are focusing on your iris, and then depending on your iris, it's basically finding out where you're looking. So it will if you look at a particular character, it'll just go bloop, and then you know that it's captured it.
So one
Great.
question
I mean, this was
Sorry.
really, really useful. I mean, especially because it is hard for me to visualize what all a person can do, but you've really helped me with that. So thank you so much.
Yeah, you can do just about, I can't think of anything. The only thing I feel that you cannot do is some of the insurance companies, especially the banks here, when they have to do this KYC and all those things. Even that, I think she's been doing it on her own. But sometimes KYC requires, 2 devices, So then it runs into problem. Otherwise, anything that you can think of, you can do on Windows, you can do with your eyes, with Eye Scanner. And Microsoft has really improved that. Windows 10 was basic, but Windows 11 really improved it. So the eye scanning it's really become good in Windows 11. Only problem is, the driver. These Tobii guys have stopped supporting driver, and that was really bad on their part because they wanted to sell this high-priced device.
Prince sir, I have 2-3 questions in my mind I want to ask. Quick questions only. No, I don't think that would require much details.
Sure.
One is, we were using earlier freeware, that OptiKey.
Yes.
So you are saying that is no longer needed? First question is this. Second is, it need to be calibrated every time? Because what I see, you have a moving table. It needs to be calibrated, or you mark the table where you are placing every day and making sure it's working fine. Because when I tried with Mama, it was giving a lot of problem, and because it was already 5 years into the journey, she could not concentrate her eyes, so that tracker didn't work for her. But otherwise, I think it working. That's why I say that try this thing when you are earlier in the journey of a track and losing your ability to communicate.
Yeah. So first question, OptiKey is no longer needed. At that time, Microsoft did not have this support. So OptiKey is no longer needed now. And OptiKey is a lot more slower and so on. Now this bar here, this is a complete, this bar, you can just about do anything. All the Windows functions are in these bars. And these bars will basically, you can do all the functions. And if for some reason, let's say my wife feels that it's not set up properly, it's not focused properly, or it has to be moved, she can just go and click this button here. This button is basically will allow you to recalibrate again. And then you can just recalibrate without, she doesn't need any help from me for recalibrating. But I think once we calibrate, we don't touch it for, for weeks, maybe once a month or something, we may recalibrate. But once it's set up, we don't, even though it's moved back and forth, I mean, these tables, we kind of move all the time, and by put it back, we don't need to recalibrate. It works fine.
Thank you so much. And I have seen one question from Ashwini.
Yeah, for the regional language.
For the regional language.
See that. See, those are the kind of things. See, I don't see it's a big problem supporting regional languages, but I think somebody with some Windows experience should probably explore that, because Tobii has all these libraries, and not Tobii, sorry, Microsoft. So Microsoft, that keyboard, if you can set up and try to support multiple languages like Hindi and so on, that is a possibility. I feel some people are already doing it. I don't have any direct information, but if you are a Windows programmer, trying to set up multiple languages should be straightforward, I think, because even with the keyboard, right? I don't know whether it uses a Hindi keyboard or it just the English keyboard. Actually, you type and it becomes Hindi. I'm not sure. I haven't seen it working, but I've heard that you can support multiple languages.
Okay, thank you.
And I
So
think
we are,
Chirag also wrote that recently Kunal quoted him 3 lakhs for the machine.
Oh boy. That's tough, I think. I mean, especially if you can get it for 22,000 with Tobii 5, 3 lakhs is almost 10 times, more than 10 times.
but I have seen, I think as far as I want to share here, I also suggest everyone who wants to try tracker, try with 4C or 5C first so that you don't expend unnecessary that amount. But I've seen in Swaroop case from Bangalore, he wasn't able to use the Tobii eye tracker because I think that didn't work for him. But when he used this PCI, it worked. So might be it depends on case to case. Also, there was another patient I know where also Tobii didn't work. So the sportsy gaming device kind of thing. So I think for some specialized cases, we can assume, okay, this is not working. We can opt for PCI.
Yeah.
But otherwise, go ahead and try these first.
No, it's a fact that, see, this particular PCI i5 has communication software which has a lot more modules and so on. So if people who can't type using keyboard, there are some pictures and things like that. They support those kind of things. So there are other options available if you go with this. See, this 1.8 lakhs becoming 3 lakhs. That's basically all the software. Software is what they are charging for, and because even with PCI 5, if you have a way to get this thing from US, you can get it for like 1,500, and then buy the software separately from him, and that also he may support also. So, but I think there you will have a choice of just buying the software that you really need for. I think, yeah, especially 3 lakhs, it's a little too high for me.
They also have some advanced device for I think 24 lakhs or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
What they does
Dynamo Tobii has a Dynamo,
right.
yeah. That has see, for example, when we were in the US, we were getting that particular because the insurance was paying for it. That has a wheelchair with all the bells and whistles for sitting and support of your head and all kinds of things. So that comes with a complete wheelchair, portable wheelchair, and all those things. And the Tobii is attached to that. So that costs almost like, I would say, 20 or 25 lakhs.
Yeah, and that is in those times. And it's great to know that in US and these kind of things are covering under insurance. And we cannot talk even 15,000 here on this eye tracker, a part of insurance in India.
Yeah, in fact, my wife can get it, but the thing is, she has to go back to US to get it, and she can't travel. So that's the way the insurance company works. Insurance company requires that the patient, as well as the neurologist, as well as the pulmonologist, has to be there before they approve it. The insurance company. So, but it's covered. It's covered completely. The wheelchair plus Tobii Dynamo. But unfortunately, here we don't have that.
So Chirag is saying in the chat that one needs to practice the alphabets first and then go ahead and form the words. So
yes. See, I think, see, if you put this Tobii keyboard, you can just initially that's all you have to do. Just keep looking at just type hello, HELLO. So you look at H for some time, E for some time, L for some time, L for some time, O for some time, and then there is another button to the right. When you look at that button, it'll just do the text to speech. So it'll say hello, and there are different voices you can choose from, and so these are also yeah.
Sorry, one again. Sorry to interrupt. One more question. is it also allows you to autocomplete. So for example, hello or anything, Prem, if that kind of word becomes added into the library and it's a kind of machine learning, or you can think of those things.
You should see my wife typing.
Because autocomplete is actually
90% of the thing that she does is all auto-completion.
Auto-completion. So I am sure that that is the way one can type very fast by using those.
And then all the words you have typed, right? That gets saved there. So you don't have to, at least like 10, 15 words are right there. So just for example, if I'm saying something, she'll say, wait. So wait, she doesn't have to type. She just have to look at that wait board and then it'll just say, wait.
And also I've seen, I think we can add also, I'm recalling that times in Optiki, where we can add the words also into the dictionary. So that if person is typing even R, so that names of all the family member, we can feed in there.
Yes,
so,
you can. In fact, that's one of the way some of the Hindi words are put there, So you can put some Hindi words written in English. Then you just look at that word and it'll just do text to speech.
Simply great. Thank you. Thank you, Prem sir, for sharing your knowledge on this. And I think I'll add one point also for everyone, because this is related to a major topic of communication for PALS. So we have submitted I think we presented from ALS-CAS the communication options which Indian people have tried. So for calling and communication, not through Eye Tracker, but for various other means, when person was able to maybe move his finger, or in Chirag case, he was doing that from his forehead, and they attach the thread. That kind of innovative ways people have tried, and also using those laser eye, that laser pen. Rawat sir was using.
Correct.
So a lot of things which we have displayed in that poster. So anybody wants to look at that also in the initial of this journey, or maybe later part of that also, because sometimes your eye tracker is not handy. So what are the manual method you should be aware, so that you can call in emergency your CALS if nobody's around, or I'm sure everybody would be around, but just in case something needs to be urgently called. So we can use such methods, and should look at those in the posters which I have submitted.
Yes. Yeah, in fact, that has a few other situations where when you can move your hands and head, then there are a lot more other options available. So that's also something to pursue. Because initially, I think you can do all those things. Like in my wife's progression, she started initially with, she had the phone. So she used to type using the phone. And that when the fingers stopped working, then her head was used to some extent. There was a mouse that was tied to her head, and then she could use that. But then even the head stopped moving, then the only option was the eyes. So luckily, Windows 10 supported, Microsoft started supporting that. So, and now I think, you can just about do every function that Microsoft supports using Eye. So the only sad part is Tobii people's, started giving us hard time. They stopped supporting the driver. So
that's how the commercialization angle comes, that they will stop supporting, then only people will buy the next version.
Yeah, but luckily I saved this one, this particular driver, which is supposed to be a beta driver, and I saved it in 2022, and that is still working. So it's so this Dropbox, I've shared it with Chirag. If somebody else wants to share it, just send me your email ID, and I will share this. So to use Tobii 5, all you need is these two files.
Okay. over to you, Pragya. Thank you so much, Pragya and Gaurav, for
Thank you so
arranging.
much, Prem sir. This was like really nice. I mean, first time I've been reading about this Tobii in the group, but to see and really understand what it was all about was really nice. I hope anybody who wants to use it will also find it useful. And we do hope we have more participation next time onwards also. People who are interested to come over and talk. But yeah, thank you so much. And Gaurav, thank you so much for setting up the meeting. And Ankit and Gaurav, and I don't know what I would have done without the two of you. Thanks a ton. Thank you.
Yeah, Gaurav, thanks, because the one that we used to use, that lasted only 40 minutes. So after every 40 minutes, we had to restart our Zoom. So thank you, Gaurav.
And also, I'm just sharing because we have shared in the group that we'll be recording this, and this is recorded, and we'll be uploading this in the same video gallery sessions of ALScare. That video gallery, and I think in the YouTube channel also, so that anybody can go and refer to anytime in the future and learn about Tobii setups from the prints from Princer.
Okay.
Yeah, and any of you need some help with the setup, I'm normally available after 10 p.m. So you can just send me a message, a few hours in advance, and then I will basically can take you through the session in terms of setting it up.
Okay. Thank you all so much. We'll log off now.
Okay, thanks.
And we'll wait for now. We'll have another session next month, first Sunday of next month. See you all then.
All right. Thanks a lot,
Okay.
everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.